They are calling it the Cucurella prison, and trust me, nobody wants to be locked up there. The scariest left back in world football right now is not someone who flies up and down the wing scoring goals. No, the scariest left back in football is the one who makes the best wingers in the world look absolutely ordinary. Marc Cucurella has been sending superstars to jail this season, one by one, and the latest victim might just be the most impressive yet. On November 25th, 2025, at Stamford Bridge, Cucurella completely pocketed Lamine Yamal, the Barcelona wonder kid who everyone has been talking about as the next big thing. It was a masterclass in defensive football, and it is just the latest chapter in Cucurella's incredible season. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into this incredible story about Marc Cucurella and all the world-class wingers he has completely dominated this season, I want to know where you are watching from. Drop your country in the comments below, and if you have not already, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our Chelsea content. Now let us talk about why Cucurella has become the most feared defender in Europe. The Barcelona match was supposed to be all about the battle between two 18-year-olds, Estevao versus Yamal. But by the end of the night, everyone was talking about one man. Marc Cucurella absolutely bossed Lamine Yamal for 90 minutes. The Spanish left back did not give Yamal any space to breathe, any room to operate, any chance to show the magic that has made him one of the hottest properties in world football. Wayne Rooney, who was working as a pundit for Amazon Prime that night, could not believe what he was watching. He said Cucurella gave the best performance he had seen from a left back in a very, very long time. Those were his exact words. Think about that for a second. Wayne Rooney has seen some incredible left backs in his time. Ashley Cole, Patrice Evra, Marcelo, all the legends. And here he is saying Cucurella's performance against Yamal was the best he has seen in years. Cucurella was named the UEFA Player of the Match, and it was not even close. He locked down his international teammate Yamal with a combination of aggressive tackling, smart positioning, and just pure defensive brilliance. Every time Yamal tried to cut inside, Cucurella was there. Every time Yamal tried to go down the line, Cucurella was there. Every time Yamal tried anything at all, Cucurella was right in his face, not giving him an inch. Robert Sanchez, the Chelsea goalkeeper, said it perfectly after the match. He said Cucurella had Yamal in his pocket, and everyone looks good until they come to the Premier League. That is the mentality of this Chelsea team right now. They believe they have the best players, the best defenders, and on that night against Barcelona, Cucurella proved it. Chelsea became the first team in 53 games to stop Barcelona from scoring. Think about how insane that stat is. Barcelona had scored in every single game for over a year, and then they came to Stamford Bridge and ran into Marc Cucurella. The 3-0 victory was comprehensive, and while Estevao scored a brilliant goal and Liam Delap added another, the real story of the night was how Chelsea defended. And at the heart of that defense was Cucurella, making Yamal disappear for 90 minutes. But here's the thing, the Yamal performance was not a one-off. This is what Cucurella has been doing all season long. He has turned into an absolute monster on that left side, and he has made a habit of locking up the best wingers in world football. This season alone, Cucurella has faced some of the most dangerous attackers on the planet, and he has sent every single one of them to the Cucurella prison. Let me break it down for you because this list is absolutely incredible. Let us start with Mohamed Kudus. On November 1st, 2025, Chelsea traveled to Tottenham for a massive London derby. Kudus has been one of Tottenham's most exciting players, a winger with pace, skill, and the ability to embarrass defenders one-on-one. But on that day, he ran into Cucurella. The Ghanaian winger tried everything. He tried to dribble past Cucurella in the penalty box but could not beat him and had to turn back and pass the ball. On a counter-attack, Kudus held on to possession but was quickly swarmed by Chelsea players, with Cucurella sliding in to clear the ball decisively. Jason Cundy, speaking on Chelsea's official app, said Cucurella was as good as anything on the pitch that day. Chelsea won 1-0 thanks to a João Pedro goal, but the defensive performance was what stood out. Kudus, who had been in brilliant form, was kept completely quiet. Another victim for the Cucurella prison. Now, let us rewind a bit to the FIFA Club World Cup in July 2025. Chelsea faced Palmeiras in the quarterfinals in Philadelphia. Playing for Palmeiras that night was a certain 18-year-old Brazilian winger who Chelsea fans knew very well because they had just signed him. Estevão Willian, the same kid who would later score that incredible goal against Barcelona while wearing a Chelsea shirt, was playing his final games for Palmeiras. And even though Estevão managed to score a brilliant goal from a tight angle in that match, Cucurella gave him a very tough time all night. Reports from the game said Estevão received rough treatment from Chelsea defenders like Cucurella. The Spanish left-back was physical, aggressive, and made sure Estevão knew he was in for a battle. Chelsea won 2-1, and even though Estevão got his goal, Cucurella made him work incredibly hard for every touch of the ball. It was a preview of what was to come when they became teammates. What about Bukayo Saka? This one is really special because Cucurella has made a habit of keeping Saka quiet. On November 10th, 2024, Chelsea drew 1-1 with Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. Everyone was expecting a huge battle between Saka and Cucurella because these two have faced each other so many times. Saka came into that game having either scored or assisted in each of his previous 3 away games against Chelsea in the Premier League. He was on a streak, and history suggested he would continue it. But Cucurella said no, not this time. The Spanish left-back put in such an incredible performance that Gary Neville, who was commentating on Sky Sports, named him player of the match. Cucurella kept Saka so quiet that the Arsenal winger had to be substituted in the second half, possibly due to an injury after a challenge. Saka, who had provided more assists than any other player in the Premier League that season up to that point with 7, was completely neutralized. Cucurella ensured that Saka would not join Sergio Aguero and Javier Hernandez as the only visiting players to score or assist in 4 consecutive appearances at Stamford Bridge. Prison doors slammed shut again. Let me tell you about what do you think is Cucurella's best defensive performance this season. Is it the Yamal Masterclass, the way he handled Saka, or something else? Drop your answers in the comments because I want to hear what you think. And while you are at it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you do not miss any Chelsea content. Now let us talk about Ousmane Dembele. This one is particularly sweet because Cucurella has locked him down twice this season in massive matches. First, in the FIFA Club World Cup final on July 13th, 2025 at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, Chelsea faced Paris Saint-Germain for the biggest prize in club football. Cole Palmer scored twice and João Pedro added another as Chelsea demolished PSG 3-0 to win the Club World Cup. But while everyone was talking about the goals, Cucurella was doing serious work at the back. Dembele, one of the most dangerous wingers in world football, was supposed to be PSG's main threat, but Cucurella locked him down completely. In the second half, Robert Sanchez had to make a brilliant save to deny Dembele from close range, but that was pretty much all the Frenchman could muster. Cucurella was physical with him all game, not giving him any space to work his magic. At one point, things got so heated that João Neves, the PSG midfielder, was sent off for pulling Cucurella's hair after the Chelsea defender had been bumping into multiple PSG players. That is the effect Cucurella has on opponents. He frustrates them so much that they lose their heads. But Cucurella was not done with Dembele. Just a few weeks earlier, on June 5th, 2025, Spain faced France in the UEFA Nations League semi-final in Stuttgart, Germany. It was an incredible match that ended 5-4 to Spain, the highest scoring game in Nations League history. While everyone was talking about Lamine Yamal's 2 goals and the 9-goal thriller, Cucurella was quietly doing a job on Dembele down that left side. One report said Cucurella faced off against Dembele and for the most part handled him well. Another said Cucurella was tasked with marking Dembele and effectively pocketed the winger, limiting his impact throughout the match. Spain won and advanced to the final, and Cucurella's disciplined defending was crucial, especially when France began their scoring spree. Dembele, who had just won the Champions League with PSG and was supposed to be full of confidence, could not get past the Chelsea left back. 2 massive games, 2 times Cucurella sent Dembele to prison. Mohamed Salah. Yes, even the Egyptian king has been locked up by Cucurella this season. On October 4th, 2025, Chelsea beat Liverpool 2-1 at Stamford Bridge in one of the biggest wins of the season. It was a dramatic match that went down to the last minute, with Estevao scoring the winner in stoppage time. But the build-up to that goal is what matters here. Cucurella provided the assist, but more importantly, Chelsea had specifically targeted the space left by Salah throughout the match. After the game, Cucurella revealed to Sky Sports that Enzo Maresca had told him in training that Salah is always ready for the counter-attack, so the space might be there on Liverpool's right side. Chelsea practiced exploiting that space, and it worked perfectly. Cucurella said he tried to give his last effort in the final minute, and Enzo Fernandez gave him the ball, allowing him to cross for Estevao to score. But beyond the assist, Cucurella defended brilliantly against Salah all game. The Liverpool winger, who is one of the most prolific scorers in Premier League history, was kept quiet. He struggled by his high standards and only had 2 goals in 7 Premier League appearances at that point in the season. Cucurella's defensive work, combined with Chelsea's tactical plan, completely nullified Salah's threat. Another superstar locked down? Do you think Cucurella is now the best left back in the Premier League? Let me know in the comments below, because this is a serious debate right now. And do not forget to hit that like button if you are enjoying this video. Let us go back to May 28th, 2025. Chelsea faced Real Betis in the UEFA Conference League final in Wrocław, Poland. Playing on the right wing for Betis was Antony, the Brazilian winger who used to play for Manchester United and had joined Betis on loan earlier that year. Antony had been having a decent time at Betis, rediscovering some of his form after a difficult spell at United. But in the final, he ran into Marc Cucurella, and it was not pretty. One report from the match said Antony was matched up against a sprightly and aggressive Cucurella and produced a couple of cute moments, but nothing more in possession. The report added that Isco and Johnny Cardozo wanted to release other players at the first time of asking, not Antony, because Cucurella was making life so difficult for him. The Spanish left-back was too tough a matchup for Antony, who huffed and puffed without reward. He headed over early in the match and then produced very little of note. His physical limitations came to the fore against Cucurella's stout defending. Chelsea came from behind to win 4-1 with goals from Enzo Fernandez, Nicolas Jackson, Jadon Sancho, and Moises Caicedo. But the defensive work from Cucurella on Antony was crucial in keeping Betis quiet, prison population growing by the week. And now we come full circle back to Lamine Yamal. The November 25th, 2025 performance was the culmination of everything Cucurella has been building this season. This was not just about stopping a good winger. This was about completely dominating one of the best young talents in world football, someone who many people think will win the Ballon d'Or one day. Yamal came into that match as Barcelona's biggest threat, their creative spark, their game changer. He left Stamford Bridge having been completely nullified by Cucurella's brilliance. The Chelsea left-back mixed aggressive tackling with intelligent positioning, repeatedly cutting out danger before it could develop. He even sparked the opening goal with his surging run and low cross that forced Jules Koundé's own goal. Cucurella brought energy, composure, and leadership to a Chelsea side that controlled the game from start to finish. On a night filled with standout performances, his was a statement showing from a full-back in outstanding form. This season, Cucurella has been nothing short of sensational. He has transformed from a player who was criticized in his first season at Chelsea into one of the most consistent and reliable defenders in Europe. Under Enzo Maresca, he has found a new level, and his performances have been absolutely crucial to Chelsea's success this campaign. The club won the Conference League and the Club World Cup, with Cucurella playing massive roles in both triumphs. In the Premier League, Chelsea have been challenging near the top of the table, and their defensive solidity has been a huge part of that. Cucurella's ability to lock down the opposition's best winger week after week has given Chelsea a huge advantage. His performances for Spain have been equally impressive, helping them win the Nations League and reach another major tournament final. The Cucurella prison is real, and the list of inmates is growing. Mohamed Kudus, Estevao Willian, Bukayo Saka, Ousmane Dembele twice, Mohamed Salah, Antony, and Lamine Yamal. These are not just any wingers. These are some of the best attackers in world football. Players who terrorize defenses week in and week out. And yet, when they face Marc Cucurella, they struggle. They get frustrated, they disappear, they end up locked in the Cucurella prison, unable to find a way out. What makes Cucurella so good? It is a combination of things. First, his pace and acceleration allow him to keep up with even the quickest wingers. Second, his strength and physicality mean he is not easily brushed aside. Third, his positioning and reading of the game are exceptional, allowing him to anticipate attacks before they develop. Fourth, his aggression and willingness to get tied to his man make life incredibly uncomfortable for opponents. And fifth, his mentality and confidence mean he never backs down from a challenge, no matter how big the name on the other side. Put all of that together, and you have one of the most complete defensive fullbacks in world football. Chelsea fans have gone from questioning whether Cucurella was worth the £55 million they paid for him to absolutely loving him. He has become a fan favorite, a player who gives everything, every single game, who never hides, who takes responsibility. His hair has become iconic, his celebrations are loved by supporters, and his performances speak for themselves. This season, he has proven beyond any doubt that he belongs at the highest level. He has faced the best wingers in the world and come out on top every single time. The Cucurella prison is open for business, and business is booming. So let me ask you this, who do you think will be the next winger to get locked up in the Cucurella prison? Chelsea have some huge games coming up, and you can bet that whoever lines up on the right wing for the opposition will be worried about facing Cucurella. Maybe it'll be another big name, another superstar, another player who thinks they can beat him. But based on what we have seen this season, good luck with that. Marc Cucurella is in the form of his life, and he is showing no signs of slowing down. The prison doors are wide open, and more inmates are coming. And here is my final question for you. Is Marc Cucurella now the best left back in the world? Think about the performances he has put in this season. Think about the players he has dominated. Think about the trophies Chelsea have won with him as a key part of the team. Is there anyone better right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I genuinely want to hear what you think. And if you have enjoyed this deep dive into the Cucurella prison and all the superstars he has locked down this season, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our Chelsea content.